Welcome back to A Minute with Chelsea and Wheezy F Baby. I'm headed to Pilates and things have been feeling less heavy not because like it's hard to be there. I love being there. The studio feels like my living room to me. I love it. But being on for 4 hours every Saturday and then 4 hours every Sunday is a lot for my little autism brain. So right now I've got 2 people who are in teacher training and they are doing their assistant teaching while I'm there, which is so exciting. I don't know how long you've been here with me on my channel, but whenever I was in teacher training, I would do assistant teaching, which means I would teach the first 5 minutes of class or the last 5 minutes of class. You just get to like dip your toes in and teach a little bit. And now that I have people who are my clients and who are now working here and now they're using me to assistant teach, it just makes me feel happy. Also, I've been having a bad spiritual time. Like I don't feel connected. So this is my best friend of all time. This is Leah. She has been my friend since I was 3 years old. We FaceTimed for 3 hours and then Shelby messaged me and she was like, hey, I left all of my lunch on right by my front door. I didn't mean to do that. Can you go get it and put it in my fridge? Because she was at work. So she was at work without food and also her food was getting too hot. So I drove over to put it back up for her. And I said hello to all of the tiny animals. And I was like, where are the rest of the cats? They have this little cat door that goes into the garage. And even though it's hot as balls, they love it. They want to be out in that garage all the time. And I was like, come in the house. They have the option. They just don't do it. They like to be out there in their little loft in the attic. It's not an attic. It's like a little shelf above the garage that they like to be on. And we did some rough housing and some bunny kicks and some petting. Also, I microdosed by myself at home this evening so I would feel relaxed, which I've never done. I only ever do it with people out in the forest, but I needed to feel spiritual. So I got out my tarot cards, I got out my journal, I got out my manifestation diary, I did a reading on myself, I listened to Elliott Smith on repeat. I told my therapist this and he said, oh my God. And I said, oh my God, I'm not gonna kill myself. I just like Elliott Smith. I'm a 90s baby, let me have it. And also, look who stole a steak off the table. Thank you, Charlotte. I drew in my journal, I felt a little bit better, and then I ordered Chinese for dinner because fuck it.